And out on the floor, shaking off the pregame jitters, these guys getting all set for tip-off. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Tonight, we'll see the Utah Jazz as they play against the Charlotte Hornets here at Spectrum Center. Joined by Coach Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill. This is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. And let's look at the Western Conference standings as the playoffs approach. You take a look at Utah, and after a subpar season, there have been some questions about the direction of this franchise. The starters for Utah: Sexton and Markkanen out on the wings. Collins and Kessler there in the middle. And it's Collier in at the 1. And for the Hornets, Josh Green out there with Miles Bridges. Then there's Mark Williams. Then it's Ball. And it's Smith in at the shooting guard position. Well, we're coming right down to the last bit of the season, Grant. What's the messaging like from coaches right now?
Well, BA, for teams that are in the mix, coaches are asking you to keep doing what you've been doing. But a lot of that extra motivation comes from your teammates and in the locker room.
Here's Williams, and Williams punches it home.
The vision is elite. LaMelo finds his man for the bucket, and a great feed by the youngster.
There's a screen. Outside Sexton. To the middle. Pass to Collier. Ball with a steal. Here's the break. Here's Green, and it's hammered home by Green.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
For 3, Sexton. And he can't get that one. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Charles Lee, and I took the time to ask him about his strategy for Lauri Markkanen, and he said, we know he's going to hit big shots and be physical on the floor, but we're going to make him work for everything tonight. I hope we can test every shot that he takes. Hope and hard work. Can't ask for more than that, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Collier, no good. The Hornets have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Bridges passes to Ball. Bridges against Collins. Outside, Green. He drops it from range. Green's got 5 now.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Here's Collier, hounded by Ball. Pass to Markkanen. Can they get it? And the three-pointer goes.
Markkanen is a shooter. Comes right back down to answer the 3 on the other end.
Now Bridges. Back to Ball. Williams with the screen. Down low. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Williams has got his second basket.
Well, you can't start the game much better than this. 4 of 5 from the field.
Well, Stan, since trading Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell in 2022, the Utah Jazz have done some reshaping of their roster.
Yeah, and Brian, it's clear that they're not done. The tinkering continues. They're going to continue to move pieces around until they find what they think can become a championship contending team.
Green finds Smith. Now here's Williams. Kessler with a rebound. And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Green against Markkanen. Kessler, a screen on Ball. Here's Collier. As far as his production, he's averaging about 8 points per game. Clock at 2. Collins. Can't hit the free throw line jumper.
Far from an ideal start, only 1 for 5. Let's see if they can turn it around.
The 3 from Ball. Collins with the rebound.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Soft touch off the glass.
Yeah, we know Collins is great from distance, but I'd like to see him inside even more often.
Here's ball. Utah grabs the miss. Last time they met in Salt Lake City.
They were out-hustled on the boards the last time these teams met.
Pass to Collins. Sexton against Smith. Collins with a screen on Smith. Here's Sexton. 2 points. That one goes.
I love that hoop from Colin Sexton. Don't settle, young man.
Here's Williams. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Ball's got his third assist of the night.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Pass to Collier. And there's the lob. And Collins with the slam.
Well, great to see in-sync offense like this. The pass is perfectly timed, and Collins rises up and puts it down.
Three-pointer, Bridges drills it from deep.
And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
Now here's Kessler. Still no points. Here's Markkanen. Williams grabs the board.
Well, the defense was giving him that one, but he made the shot more difficult than it needed to be. You gotta play smart.
Here's Green, leading by 5. Ball surveys the floor. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Ball seeks out contact sometimes, which means defenses have to guard him very carefully.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And what's more, they're getting their feet wet down there in the paint early on. Not shying away at all, taking it inside. What a great way to start.
Clarkson's checked in for Sexton. Good on both.
You gotta respect the enthusiasm LaMelo Ball brings to his game. He thrives out here under the bright lights with all eyes on him.
Here's Collier. Clarkson outside. Green against Markkanen. Count that one.
Oh, unreal play to take on the contact and get it to go.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And for a scorer as prolific as Markkanen, he doesn't need the ball in his hands too often.
So many of his scores come off assists. So just a great sense of when to get into space and become available.
That's good for Markkanen. Well, Coach Lowry, Markkanen, it's been an interesting study to watch his game continue to improve every year.
Yeah, it certainly has, Brian. You know, he was a complimentary player for quite a while, and then finally has developed into a primary offensive threat, and he has thrived.
And there it is for him.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
It's Bridges on the wing. Back to Ball. Shot, left block. He drains that one after 2 misses. Now 1 for 3.
And I love how Ball will fight for it, getting around that inside physicality.
Here's Collier, hounded by Ball. Oh, Williams with the block. And he recovers it. Bridges against Collins. Bridges passes to Ball. The layup misses.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
Throw it anywhere near Collins, he'll take care of the rest, putting his athleticism and length to perfect use.
Here's Ball. The Jazz making their last shot. Smith outside. The three. Utah grabs the miss. Outplayed in their previous game on their schedule, losing to the Cavs.
Yeah, I think they'd like to forget that game. You usually want to find some teaching moments, but in this case, it might be best to just destroy the tape.
Well, everyone has off nights. They just need to make sure that they bounce back strong.
And so it's Charlotte with it, following the bucket by Utah. Inside, here's Bridges, and that comes off the assist by Green. Bridges has got 5 now.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Pass to Kessler. Over to the wing. Here's Collier, hounded by Ball. Markkanen with a screen on Ball. Kicks it out to Markkanen. There's the three. Connects from downtown. He's got 9.
I just love the ball movement.
Charlotte's gone 2 of 5 from deep. Pass to Bridges. Back to Smith. Williams a screen on Clarkson to the inside. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist by Smith. And the Hornets lead by 1. Williams has gone 4 of 5 shooting from the field. Kessler with it. Here's Collier. Now Clarkson, covered by Smith. Clarkson against Smith. Just 5 on the clock. Three-pointer, no good. The Hornets shooting an excellent 56% in this quarter. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At the line for Charlotte, Miles Bridges. 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
And the first one at the line is good. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Bridges hits them both.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
George with it. 8 points in his last time out. And there's the rejection. Here's Simpson. Bridges outside. The three. Nails it from beyond the arc. Bridges has got 10 points.
Well, he has owned this quarter. A major reason they're up right now.
And here's George. A go-to option for this team. He puts up nearly 17 a game. Kicks it out to Clarkson. 6 on the shot clock. They need this. Into the lane. And the layup is up and in. Clarkson's gotten his second bucket.
Using that speed of his on the drive, Clarkson just so elusive when he puts it on the floor.
There's a screen by Nurkic. Bridges passes to Nurkic. And Nurkic throws it down.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Charlotte leading by 6. A minute 39 left in the first quarter of the game. There's a screen by Nurkic. It's Bridges on the wing. And the Hornets, another three.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
Now here's Clarkson. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Filipowski, defended by Nurkic. A nice shot by Filipowski.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
Now here's Bridges. 17 points in his last outing. An easy 2 on the layup. Bridges has got 15.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
Curry against Clarkson. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. They're coming off a loss against Miami.
In this league, you have to stay active at both ends of the floor. I thought their lackluster defense was the difference in the game.
Yeah, poor communication at the defensive end. Many of the rotations were late.
Bridges outside. Here's Diabate. No good on the buzzer beater. Well, offense is the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Hornets out in front, up 9. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And from what we've seen from the Hornets, what's your take so far?
Well, they've really been racking up three-pointers in bunches. They've been so impressive to watch.
And with each made 3, their confidence continues to build. Their opposition might want to change their approach to try to slow them down.
We've got Ball, and it's Simpson in at the point guard position. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Pass to Filipowski. And with today's switching defensive style, versatile wing players are tremendously in demand, Coach.
Yeah, well, position now, Brian, comes down to who can you guard. And guys that can guard 3, 4, 5 different positions, those 6'7", 6'8" guys are often able to do that, and they are extremely valuable.
And he can't get the first one. He hits the second from the line. Here's Simpson. No points yet. Pass to Nurkic. Ball against Sexton. Here's Nurkic. Bearing his second of 3 attempts.
And it's amazing. Their slim advantage on the board seems a lot larger than it is.
Here's Filipowski. Clarkson, left side. Another shot. Good. Third basket in 6 attempts.
Well, looking for that point-blank opportunity. Clarkson wanted the highest percentage shot possible.
There's a screen. The 3 from Ball. Melo knocking down a 3.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Here's George. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. The Jazz are making progress. Coach Will Hardy said this team has shown grit and character and has developed a lot of confidence. When we're going through game preparations, the players walk away knowing if they do certain things, they can win. That's a big step in the right direction.
A bright future, Allie. Thank you. Here's Sensabaugh. He's coming off a 10-point game against Cleveland.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
Now here's Nurkic. Shoots over Filipowski. Nurkic shot is good. Nurkic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, in the paint, Nurkic can be a monster. He's got all the physical gifts he needs to dominate.
George outside. Count it. And that shot gets him in the books. He's 1 for 3.
And just muscling it in, George, very aggressive.
The 16th pick in last year's draft, Keontae George was thrown right into the fire his rookie season, Stan.
Yeah, down the stretch, he was basically handed the keys to the offense at the point guard position. He may take some lumps, but his talent level is evident.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. And a peek at the rookie leaderboard, looking at the best assist makers over the second half of the season. Isaiah Collier on top. Keontae George is second.
Well, it takes time to get acclimated. They've pushed through some early mistakes, and now it's all systems go.
Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup. George has got his second bucket on the night.
Just a gutsy play by George inside, finding the close-range look.
Ball against Sexton to the paint. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Charlotte shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
First team foul. At the line for one, Simpson.
One shot. Now for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. It's hauled in by Simpson.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Pass to Diabate from behind the arc. Can't get it to go, making him 0 for 2. Jazz trail by 15. Clarkson passes to George. Oh, it's stolen. Here's Simpson. George defending. Ball finds Nurkic. And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played. Nope, that one misses. Now 3 for 5. Nurkic against Clarkson with the drive. The shot's good. Clarkson's got 8.
Well, he's playing great tonight, but not quite well enough to carry the entire team. They need to find some other contributors.
Here's Simpson. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game. Here's Ball. Ball in the paint.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Jazz trail by 15. Now Clarkson, 10 points in his last outing. To the middle. Here's Filipowski. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. And Stan, the league questioning the use of load management. I know you've wondered if it can even hurt conditioning.
There's no question, Brian. Look, since the age of load management has come into the NBA, injuries are up, not down. I think players have been deconditioned. And that's even before you get into the need of guys playing together more to gain a rhythm and an on-court chemistry. You know, like actually playing basketball together.
A novel idea. Both teams will make substitutions. And he's good on the second. And here are the Hornets now. Smith with it. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Heat in Miami. The three from Ball. The rebound by Filipowski.
Well, he hasn't had a great night shooting the ball, but they're in the lead, and that's the only thing that matters.
Collins a screen. Clarkson for three. Sends it home from three-point land. Clarkson's got 11.
Yeah, not the most accurate three-point shooter, but Clarkson makes enough to keep you honest.
Ball against George. Williams a screen on George. Ball passes to Williams. Yes, sir, and it's Ball with the assist that time. Ball's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Ball against George. Here's Collins. Hornets with the rebound. Williams has got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Salon. He's covered by Kessler. Back to Williams. Pass to Salon. Williams a screen on Kessler. 4 on the clock. And Salon gets it to go. 6 points for him.
Well, maybe not the shot they were looking for there, but the defense gave it to him, and he knocked it down.
George outside. Collins with a screen on Smith. And Ball's over to help. Fires the three. And it's Filipowski. That time on the assist by Clarkson. Filipowski's got 5 points now this quarter. Pass to Diabate. Rebounded by the Jazz. Their next game playing at home as the Grizzlies come to town. And that's the first of just 2 home games for them. Here's George. No good off the glass. Hornets leading by 13. Now Smith. Over Clarkson. Smith no good. And here's George. Pass to Collins. Oh, a big-time jam! Slams it right over Williams.
He can slam it with the best of them. Collins with an all-star weekend-worthy dunk there.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. 11-point game. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. They'll pin that one on John Collins. This is his second trip to the free throw line in this one.
Miles Bridges.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. Stan, as a coach and now a broadcaster, you've gotten to visit all the great cities the NBA has to offer. Can you give us a favorite?
So, Brian, you're going to try to get me in trouble here. I'm going to give you one city and offend 29 other fan bases. Not a chance. I love all the NBA cities.
Not like you not to take a stance. And the second free throw is good. Jazz trail by 12. Now here's George. Markkanen with a screen on Smith. Shot clock at 6. Outside for Sexton. Fires for 3. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got his 7th rebound here tonight. The ball's knocked loose and stolen by Markkanen. Inside, here's Kessler, and finished off by Kessler.
Well, what I love about Walker Kessler, he's a 7-footer who plays like a 7-footer.
Bridges outside. Down low. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Here's Collier for 3. Sexton. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. At one point, they led by 16. Pass to Simpson. Back to Bridges. Kessler on the double team. To the inside. Clock at 6. He shoots it. And all around the rim that time before dropping. Bridges has got 18.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Now here's Sexton. He's coming off a 10-point game against Cleveland. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. For 3, Collier. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 8 rebounds in the game. Pass to Green. Outside, Williams. And here's Bridges. Lets the 3 fly. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got 4 rebounds now.
Well, he started out with 3 triples in the first quarter, but he hasn't been able to connect from distance here in the second.
Markkanen looking it over. Pass to Collier. The floater. Can't connect from short range.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
And that one's good. Green.
Yeah, nice pass by Smith. I mean, putting his teammate in position to score.
Jazz trail by 16. 1:44 left in the first half of basketball. Pass to Collier. To in the cold spell. Kept alive. Tries again. Here's Kessler. Drops in the layup for 2. Kessler's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Well, gobbling up boards is what Kessler does best. Got some points out of that one, too.
Outside, Williams. Green with the ball. A minute 9 left to play in the first half. And now the Jazz on the run in transition. And they blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance at another one at the stripe.
Well, it took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Curry, he's checked in for Charlotte.
The line for 1.
That's good from George.
Getting themselves to the line this quarter is a good way to get their offense rolling.
Outside Curry. 3-pointer, Bridges. That one's good. 7 for 10 now.
Another triple for him. His 4th of the night after that monster first quarter where he hit 3 of them.
Kessler, a screen on Curry. To the paint. And finished off by Kessler.
Great roll by Kessler after setting the screen. That's textbook.
Smith passes to Williams. Inside. Good D by Kessler. And so it's Sexton who brings up the ball for the Jazz. Down by 12. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Floats one up. George George passes to Sexton. And the shot goes.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
1 second left. The shot, no good. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets ending the quarter lights out from deep. And it's a big reason why they have a lead in this one. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody. The story tonight, everything, and I mean everything, is working well for the Charlotte Hornets. When your team is at peak performance, who do you credit first?
The big man. Without rebounds, you won't win many games. Plus, you got to protect that paint.
Agree with that sentiment, Kenny?
Well, disagreeing with Shaq before dinner is not wise, Ernie. So I'm going to let the catering come in first, and then we can have a reasonable discussion.
And turning back to our first half, things going well, extremely well for the Hornets.
They're up because of the three-point shot, scoring in bunches. It also opens up things down low.
And that's something to watch for. Does the defense extend to where guys start going inside?
And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Well, you look at Miles Bridges. Man, has he been playing well.
And how about his dime dropping in the first half? That was something else.
Well, it's nothing new for him. They are at their best when he's setting the table like that.
Here's Sexton. Kicking off the second half. Here's Will Hardy's 5. Markkanen and Collins the 3 and 4. Collins Sexton out there with Collier. And it's Kessler in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Charlotte leading by 10. Shoots from 12, and it's good for 2. Ball's got 11 points.
With his size and quickness, Ball's pull-up is unstoppable.
Sexton against Smith. Collins with a screen on Smith. Sexton passes to Collins. And Collins with the slam.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
You know, Grant, looking at the career of Colin Sexton, he had a huge third season, averaged 24 a game.
Yeah, B.A. And unfortunately, Colin hurt his knee early during his 4th year. Had season-ending surgery, but we've seen Sexton make a full comeback as just a dynamic scoring guard.
And growing up in California, Stan, when did you first fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, Brian, my dad coached for a long time, and I just remember going to his practices and going to his games. I can't remember a time where I didn't love the game.
And he makes a first. Clarkson's checked in for Utah. Bridges hits them both. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Clarkson outside. And Green comes to help. Markkanen finds Sexton. Lets it go from 14. Good on the jump shot. Sexton's got 6.
A dynamic scorer. Sexton will absolutely take the mid-range J if you give it to him.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Brian, Lauri Markkanen's shooting stroke at 7 feet tall had former Mavericks coach Rick Carlisle comparing him to Dirk. Lauri said it feels good to hear that because he's obviously a Hall of Famer, but there's still a long way to go, and it gives me more motivation to keep getting better. He's not getting a big head, Brian.
No, he's not, and that's the way you have to approach it to be great. Thanks, Allie.
A nice start to the third. 3 out of 4, and looking good doing it.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. To the middle. Here's Bridges, and that one's good. And Green with the assist. Bridges has got 4 points this quarter.
He's creating good looks and shooting very efficient.
Clarkson, right side. This one for 3. Another 3 for Utah.
They're on fire right now, shooting 80% to start the second half.
Ball outside. Sinks that one. Now shooting 5 of 10 and looking sharp.
They are on fire to start this second half. 3 for 3 and looking totally in sync.
Williams against Kessler. Now here's Clarkson. Not a lot of room. Ooh, he's found his rhythm. 7 for 10 and counting.
Well, when Clarkson gets going, he can be an elite scoring guard.
Ball passes to Bridges. Offensive rebound. To 3, Smith. Unable to get that one. Jazz trail by 6. Outside Sexton. Pass to Collier. Clarkson outside. Markkanen inside. He's guarded by Bridges. Markkanen misses. Outside, Green. Knocks it down from distance. Green's got 10 points.
Yeah, the instant LaMelo sees the opening, he's moving the ball. He jumps at the chance to feed a wide open guy.
Green against Clarkson. Down low. Here's Kessler. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. That's on Mark Williams.
And Kessler is just a steady, reliable big man because he shoots a good percentage and defends the rim well.
That free throw good from Kessler. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And Ball will bring it up here for Charlotte. Smith outside. It's Bridges on the wing. Six to shoot. Here's Williams. Nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor.
Oh, love the intensity in which they're hitting the boards.
Jazz trail by 9. Clarkson passes to Kessler. Back to Clarkson. Now here's Sexton, covered by Smith. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. And remember, despite a great start to his career, Colin Sexton was traded after his 4th year, Coach.
Yeah, well, Brian, seems like everybody gets traded at some point now. And Sexton has responded well to that deal. He understands it's not personal, it's a business. He deserves a lot of credit for what he's done.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, too. The team that traded you, there's also a team that wanted you in trade.
So true. Well, in terms of bucket getters, guys who just fill it up, Colin Sexton is up there. He's just excellent scoring the ball.
All right, both free throws good from Sexton.
They're doing some good work at the line this half.
Hornets leading by 7. Here's ball. 13 points in the game. To the paint. Stolen by Kessler. Sexton looking around. Markkanen outside. Back to Sexton. Pass to Kessler. Markkanen outside. There's the triple. So confident from range. Markkanen.
Just a great setup for Markkanen. All he needed to do was shoot in rhythm.
The Hornets have gotten 5 of 8 shots to go in the third. Ball passes to Green. To the middle. With a 9-footer. And scoring with a play inside is Smith. And the Hornets lead by 6.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Sexton misses.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Smith against Sexton. Pass to Ball. The 3 is up. Sexton grabs the board. Jazz trail by 6. And he converts the layup. Sexton's got 9 points here in the second half.
Yeah, it looks like he hit the reset button at halftime. Not sure if it was a mechanical issue, but he's looked much more confident offensively.
Now here's Ball. He's got 13. Shoots over Collier. Ball no good.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
And he lobs it up. And finished off by Kessler.
Well, it doesn't take much for Kessler to catch that lob and slam it home.
Charlotte has gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. Ball, a screen on Sexton. It's Bridges on the wing. 4-3. Utah with the rebound. Kessler's got 8 rebounds in the game.
Well, he had a great first half from three-point range, but hasn't quite gotten his touchback since the break.
And those second chance buckets are major bonus points if you can get them.
Smith against Sexton. Smith outside. Ball outside. From outside the arc. Utah grabs the miss.
Well, so far in the second half, he hasn't been able to get another 3 to fall.
For the lead. And it's Sexton. That time on the assist by Clarkson. Clarkson's got his 3rd assist of the night. Charlotte trailing. Now Ball. 13 points in the game. Here's Smith. That shot, no good.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon. It's the fire he's playing with that has him leading the team in rebounds.
Double digits for him on the glass. He's getting it done.
Utah's got 7 of their 16 three-point attempts to go in. Sexton. Oh, he connects. His 7th basket. He's 7 of 15 now.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Wow, Colin Sexton displaying all his skills today.
They know they need to change things up and do it quickly. They cannot allow him to keep running wild.
So both teams making some changes here. And our rookie watch focusing in on the fundamentals. Free throw percentage leader since the break. 4th, Keontae George.
He's really shown us that he can get it done from the charity stripe, time and time again.
On defense, the Jazz. They lead by 4. And it's Bridges with the jam.
A bit undersized. His hops make him a legit small ball 4.
Clarkson outside. Off target from outside. The Hornets have gotten 7 of 16 shots to go so far in the third quarter. A nice shot by Smith.
Yeah, this is Smith's game. He looks to score whenever he can.
Clarkson with the ball. He's got 16. Oh, that's his 8th make of the game. He's only missed 4 so far.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. Yeah, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Pass to Diabate. Bridges against Clarkson. Pulls it. Nurkic with the ball. Smith outside. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Diabate. Nails the baby hook. Utah has gone 3 of 5 from downtown here in the second half. Filipowski.
Woo! BA, that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Clarkson against Bridges. Pass to Simpson. 1:52 left in the third. Clarkson on the double team. Here's Diabate for the lead. Clock at 4. Sexton grabs the board. And here's Markkanen. Knocked away. Smith outside. Over Sexton. The rebound by Filipowski. Filipowski's got 4 rebounds now. George outside. Back to Clarkson. Markkanen with a screen on Bridges. Here's Clarkson. He's off on the layup. The Hornets shooting just about 43% in the third. And the basket by Bridges.
And for them to get out in front, it feels like they're going to need him to lead the way.
51 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Clarkson. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Will stand former second-round pick Jordan Clarkson. He's averaged double-digit scoring every season.
Yeah, Brian, he's done it primarily as a 6th man. He actually already ranks among the top 10 in all-time points scored off the bench, and he's still moving up the ladder.
It is interesting that he prefers to come off the bench.
Yes, some guys do.
That free throw no good.
Well, look, Clarkson is a great guy to have in your lineup simply due to his versatility.
Curry, he's checked in for Smith. Martin, he's checked in for Utah. Sensabaugh comes in for Sexton. And he ends up missing both free throws.
Well, that's a rarity for him, not being able to cash in on the trip to the line.
Yep, that one goes.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
Utah trailing here. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the third. And he gets that one. Clarkson's got 9 points here in the second half.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Bridges outside. No good on the triple. And here's Martin. And right now he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. Pass to George. The 3 is up. He can't get it to go. Miles Bridges has been on display for Charlotte. A tremendous offensive output. He's got 29 tonight. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammate.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. They've got Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Ball in at the 2-guard spot. That's the Hornets 5. Pass to Salah. Here's the 3. Buries it from 3. And the Hornets lead by 3.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the 3.
Clarkson outside. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Ball outside. Drives to the hoop. Pass to Salah. Here's Simpson. There's a screen by Nurkic. From 12 feet. And Nurkic throws it down.
And for Nurkic, one of his key attributes, the ability to keep the play alive on the glass.
Clarkson against Ball. Count it. Clarkson's got 22.
And this is just typical of him, always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
Here's Simpson. Five to shoot. Nurkic a screen on George. The 3 from Ball. And Charlotte another 3.
Well, that's his first 3 here in the second half. Gotta think he'd like a few more of those.
George passes to Filipowski. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. To the inside. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
First personal foul.
And here's what the Utah Jazz schedule looks like. On Tuesday, they'll kick off a homestand, starting with the Memphis Grizzlies. Then on Thursday, they'll be matching up against Steven Adams and the Houston Rockets.
And for that game against the Hornets, that's one that could easily go either way. A few mistakes could be the difference. I expect it to be a fun one.
And he drops it first. The Hornets making a switch here. Smith's checked in. So he makes 1 of 2, and the second one misses.
Just a great job of adding to their lead. Late in the game, every point matters. That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. It's a 3-point game. 3-pointer. Hits the trifecta. Ball's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, he's going back to the arc. He might be building some momentum from range here in the second half.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Will Hardy was going over with his team, and he was adamant that they need to tighten up their D. That lack of communication at that end has led to breakdowns, wide open shooters, and easy buckets. He sounded pretty frustrated, guys.
Allie, thank you. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. George outside. Filipowski, the pass to Clarkson. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
Well, Clarkson's one of those guards who's really good working on the inside.
All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Charlotte.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
Another thing they're doing well tonight is shooting from long distance. All game long, they've been finding openings at the perimeter.
And that one falls for Clarkson.
And at this stage of his career, Clarkson really knows his role. A highly effective scorer who looks to decimate defenses.
And so Clarkson nails both of them.
Well, we're seeing a different version of him in this half, taking a more direct approach. He didn't have a single free throw in the first half.
Now here's Smith. Ball outside. Nurkic a screen on George. Inside. Shot by Nurkic, no good. Jazz trail by 4. Shoots from 14. And it's Clarkson missing. Here's Smith. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It goes on Keontae George.
And for Smith, the quickness, the jump shot, the potential. I mean, it's all there.
2 shots.
First one falls for him. All right, the Jazz making a change here. Collins checked in. Smith hits them both. Now here's Clarkson. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. To the paint. Here's Filipowski. Ooh, he's locked in. Drains his 5th shot in as many attempts.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Clarkson against Smith. Ball outside. And down it goes. 2 points. Ball's got 12 points here in the second half.
You know, when everything's clicking, ball can steal the show. And we're seeing it right here.
Pass to Clarkson. From 11 feet away. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. George has got his 4th assist with that last one. Here's Ball. Down low. Here's Diabate. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup. And the Hornets lead by 6.
Yeah, what a creative player in these pick and rolls. Ball takes pleasure dicing up defenses like this.
Filipowski, pass to Clarkson. Here's Filipowski, defended by Nurkic.
Throws it down emphatically.
He's got serious hops, right? You add that to his ability to penetrate, that's 2 easy points. Charlotte leading by 4. Smith left side. Ball outside. Out left to the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 3, Smith nails it from 3.
What a difference a half can make. As much as he struggled in the first 2 quarters, he certainly made up for it with his play in the second half.
Here's Filipowski. Pass to Clarkson. Spins. Here's the teardrop, and that's 2 points on the layup. Clarkson's got 8 here in this quarter.
Nice little shake there from Clarkson to open up the D and get a score.
Ball outside. Now here's Smith. Back to Ball. To the inside. Smith outside. From the arc. Utah grabs the miss. Filipowski's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Every player goes through this. When your shots aren't going down, it can ding your confidence.
George passes to Filipowski. Here's Sensabaugh. Clarkson outside. Diabate grabs the board. Diabate's got 4 rebounds now. Clarkson against Smith. Up top Ball. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Ball's got 23 points.
Look, if I'm one of his teammates, I just keep getting him the ball. He has been lights out.
To the middle. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
They were totally in sync on that play. Targeted the pass beautifully.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Hornets dance team.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Smith. Ball outside. Williams with the screen. Ball passes to Williams. Yes, sir, and it's Ball with the assist that time.
The playmaking ability of Ball. So crafty and skilled at finding his guys.
Here's Collier, hounded by Ball. Pass to Collier, puts up a 3. And the 3-pointer goes.
And their perimeter shooting numbers have been up since the start of the second half.
Ball passes to Bridges. Back to Ball. Uses the glass on the layup. Ball's got 16 points here in the second half.
Well, you talk about a full 180. His play here in the second half has really come on. You can see his confidence building.
Now here's Sexton. Here's Collier. Up and in on the layup.
A team player through and through. Get open, and Sexton will send the ball your way.
Outside, Green. Now Ball. And he lobs it up to the rim. And Williams punches it home.
Woo! I just love that alley-oop slam.
Defense disorganized, defense pays. Here's Collier. Collins outside. And then it's Collins with the dunk.
Big time from Collins right there.
And Ball will bring it up here for Charlotte. At one point, they led by 16. Just 4 to shoot. Good work there as it goes. Ball's got 27 points.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
It's Markkanen on the wing. And Smith over to help. Collins against Bridges. To the paint. Here's Collier. The 3 from Sexton. Williams grabs the board. Williams is... Smith against Sexton. Ball outside. Beyond the arc. Kessler with a rebound. Jazz trail by 6.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Markkanen outside. Pass to Collier. Now Markkanen. Here's Collier. With the teardrop. Blocked.
You gotta love the hustle from Ball. Great job rising up to send it back.
Bridges misses. Utah's gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Markkanen outside. Collins passes to Kessler. Sexton with it. Fires from deep. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 15 rebounds here tonight. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Kessler.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
It's not going to be easy now. They're going to need just about everything to go right from this point on.
Now here's Markkanen. Here's Collier. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Pass to Collier. Shot clock at 6. And here's Sexton from deep. Money. What a beautiful shot. Brings it within 3.
Well, I think Sexton enjoys taking over in the big moments. He wants to be that guy for his team.
And it's hammered home by Green.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. Outside Sexton. The teardrop. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Well, these coaches can't be happy they fouled Sexton. He's a good foul shooter.
Sexton at the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
He drops the first one, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. All right, both free throws good from Sexton.
Yeah, just a fruitful trip to the line. He's made this a one-possession game.
Grant, they'd love to milk the clock here.
No question. They're in a great situation right here.
Pass to Bridges. Williams with the screen. Inside. Count it!
Great use of the bounce pass there. You gotta love that.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. Collier, hounded by Ball. Kicks it out to Markkanen. The three-pointer off the mark, and they go to the intentional foul.
First personal foul, third team
And
foul.
we have to take another look at that block.
Yeah, good offense comes from great defense. This lead is only getting stronger with plays like that.
And now we've got an intentional foul.
Second personal foul, fourth team foul.
the first one, and that increases the lead to 6. And so both free throws good, and it's a 7-point game.
Taking care of business at the line, converting on all those free throws helps them build this lead.
For 3, Collins. Oh, he knocked down the trifecta. Here's Smith, and they're going to prolong the game with an intentional foul.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
At the line for your Hornets, Nick Smith, taking 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that puts him up 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
No doubt, that just about seals it.
Marking it outside. The 3 is up. It's not going to go for him, and so it's Charlotte winning this one. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
And so true, but you have to credit the crowd for giving them such a big boost toward the end. It really kept this team's energy high.
And that'll do it, folks. With Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and